So I decided that I wanted to record some thoughts that I'm having with regard to pregnancy and regard to just life in general. I've never, recorded anything really before, and I'm on my lunch break right now from work, so I thought there's a lot on my mind, so I thought I would at least, I'd go for just a drive, honestly, and I would just, see what thoughts come to my brain. I kind of just want to air it out. Part of me wants to just be able to have something to look back on, because I do think, it's important. Backstory to part of why I'm doing this. I do follow several daily vloggers, family daily vloggers, Ellie and Jared being one of them, Daily Bumps being another, Colin and Katie. I follow Carly Styles and What's Up Woods, their family blog. I follow the Shaytards. There's several family bloggers that I follow, and I'm not doing this for any reason other than what I've heard them all say consistently through a lot of their videos is that they appreciate having videos to look back on. They appreciate the fact that they can go through their, YouTube or through their footage, and they can see where they were, where they are, perhaps where they're going. And I think that's important. I think that's really, really something that's invaluable. And I part of why I want to start documenting some of my thoughts is for that reason, really. There's some changes going on right now with regard to my life and my husband's life. And I just want to document those things. I just want to be able to have something that I can go back to and see, on June, what's today's date? June 22nd, 2016. This is where my brain was at. This is where my mind was at. This is how I was feeling. And I apologize if the video is shaky because I am driving. But, just be able to go back to that and say, this is what I was feeling, this is what I was thinking. And with my perspective of wherever I am at that point in my life. So that's kind of the backstory. The reason I'm turning it on right now at this very moment is because I will be 27 in about 2 weeks. I'll be turning 27 in about 2 weeks. And I am now at the point, my husband and I are now at the stage in our lives where we do want to start a family. We do want to start, trying to start a family. And up until probably, I've always known that I wanted a family, but up until the last year, I would say, I haven't really felt the desire to start a family. I've always wanted it and thought about it as this concept that, one day we'll do that. One day we'll start a family. One day, we'll be there. And there was always, probably for the last year or two, there's always been a reason why not now. Why we can't do it now because, this isn't the right time because, there's always something. When we first got married, it was really we just wanted to spend a little bit of time together alone, just the two of us, enjoying ourselves, enjoying being married, enjoying being a newlyweds, And then after that, in the last few years, it's been more just like finances. I work in sales, and it's very, very up and down, very, very volatile. My husband has gone through a series of, I don't want to say a series of jobs, that's not true, but when we first moved in together and got married, he was working somewhere, and it was a 10-month position, and then, that 10-month position came to an end, so he was out of work for several months, and I don't do well with not having financial security. I get very, very anxious, very nervous, and all of the pressure kind of falls on me. I'm kind of at the point right now where I'm sick of making excuses. There's a few things, not excuses, I don't want to say excuses, I'm sick of putting it off, I'm at the point where I just want to have a baby, and my husband does too, we just want to have it, we want it, and we, I see families, I see, some of my friends have had children recently, And I just want that in a very fundamental, deep down in my soul, I can't even explain it kind of way. I just want to have a baby. I'm ready. I may not be ready, financially, literally. I am in the figurative sense. Is that a word? Figurative? I am in the loose sense. I mean, we're not struggling financially, I guess is the word. We're not where we want to be, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay. There was a few things we did want to do financially before we did actually start having kids, and that was pay off all of our credit cards, which we are almost there. We're probably a month or two away from getting all of that paid off. So that's one of the things. We do still have some student loan debt. We do still have like this car that I'm driving right now is financed, and those are things that I would like to have also paid off in the next coming years. But I don't want to just wait because I feel like I'm going to be 35 by the time I have a mortgage and it's paid off, and I have my car and it's paid off, and I have you're talking about a long ways away, and I'm not prepared to wait quite that long. So we're at the point where our main goal was to have our credit cards paid off so that we wouldn't have this debt looming over our shoulders and looming over our heads, where we couldn't feel like we couldn't, we weren't secure. Well, that's not the case anymore. We're secure enough in the sense that I'm not concerned about where my next paycheck is coming from, or that kind of stuff. So with regard to that, we're ready. I mean, we're ready. We're as ready as we're going to be, I think. And I just have this desire, this feeling like I just want to be pregnant. And we had planned on, so we went off birth control about a month ago, maybe two, like in mid-April. It's now June 22nd, is that what I said? June 22nd. And we went off birth control mid-April. So we've been off birth control for a little while now, and we had decided we were going to use protection condoms and I'm taking prenatal. So while I was taking prenatals and while we were kind of just getting our journey started, we were going to use condoms because we weren't, our date to have everything paid off for the credit cards is actually September. So we were like, okay, we won't actually start trying until September, and we'll use condoms until then. Well, that kind of didn't really happen so much, because come June, we were basically like, yeah, let's not prevent it. Let's not try in the sense of tracking everything and during fertile weeks, having sex every other day, and like really trying, actively trying. Not necessarily trying, but also not preventing. If we get pregnant from now until then, great. That's where we were. That's where our heads were at. Well, I never thought that I would feel the disappointment that I feel right now in not being pregnant. It is June 22nd. And again, so a month into not trying but not preventing, I am genuinely disappointed in the fact that I'm not pregnant. And it's weird because we went into it with the thought of, we're not trying. We're not trying to get pregnant right now. We're just not. We're kind of like letting it happen. Whatever happens, happens. Well, that's not how I feel. Whatever happens is actually not really good enough. I want to be pregnant. I didn't quite, excuse me. Sorry about that. I always sneeze 100 times. And there's a fellow following me quite closely. I'm going to pull over so he can pass me because I don't feel like speeding. This is a 25-mile-an-hour zone. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I have taken a couple pregnancy tests, and I'm very irregular, very, very irregular. So it's hard for me to actually be able to know when I'm late, so to speak, because for me, being late can mean a lot of things, so it's really hard for me to actually be able to know when to take a pregnancy test because I'm irregular. So I don't know when late is, but I have been very disappointed every single time I take a pregnancy test and the test comes back with negative, or it comes back, with one line and not two, I am genuinely disappointed. I mean, I am very, I wouldn't say I'm like brokenhearted about it right now. I think I will be if it continues that way, but I'm like disappointed. I mean, and it's weird to have this feeling because we weren't even supposed to be trying, but I am genuinely disappointed. I mean, every time I take a pregnancy test, I look at it and it's negative, or it's the one line and not the two. I mean, I am disappointed. I'm very sad. It's just this feeling like, oh, okay. And I try not to get too upset about it, but it's weird. It's weird. And I can't imagine how some of these vloggers, and I'm thinking about Ellie and Jared specifically, who had fertility issues. And, I'm 27. I'm not old, but I'm not, I don't even know how old Ellie was when they started. I mean, she was young. So that's another thought that comes to my mind. When I started watching their videos, which was a couple years ago, probably right at the beginning of their journey. I think I started watching before Jackson was actually born. I think I started watching when Ellie was pregnant with Jackson. What comes through my mind is, she was fairly young when they got pregnant with him, and I kind of feel like I'm 27. Am I, not that it's too late, I don't mean that, but what issues may there be lying under the surface that I've never even remotely known about because we've never tried. I mean, my husband and I have been together for 12 years. 12 years in December. And we've been married for, it'll be 4 years in this. Wow. It'll be 4 years in December. We've been together for 12 years total. December 12th. Got married on 12/12/12, and we started dating on 12/12/04. So same day, 8 years apart. We got married on an 8-year anniversary. So, that is a concern. It's a concern about fertility. I don't know. And a lot of that is now coming to my mind of, do I have fertility issues? Do I have these things? And I very easily get kind of, I allow myself to get wrapped up in worry. I'm a worrier. I worry about things a lot. I like to have control over things. I like to know that I have a direct impact on things, that I can control things, that I can change things. That is all very important to me, and this is something that in a lot of ways is not in my control. It is to some extent, but in a lot of ways it's not in my control, and it is kind of scary to think that I might have fertility issues, that I might not, I don't want to be a year from now not pregnant. We got off the pill and we want to get pregnant. I mean, we want to get pregnant now. So, and I realized that it might not work that way. I mean, obviously it might not work that way. So I just wanted to kind of document my thoughts because I'm curious to see how long it'll take for us to actually get pregnant. There's a lot of unknowns right now. How long it'll actually take for us to get pregnant. What our journey will actually look like. And also because I would like to, once we do get pregnant, because I'm sure, I mean, I don't want to jinx myself here, but I'm sure I have faith that we will get pregnant, soon rather than later, sooner rather than later. But I do want to have, I'm not saying I'm going to start daily vlog or anything like that. That's not what I mean. I would like to have memories to go back to, and I would like to have, I would like to start when I have a thought that I just want to iron out, instead of just internally thinking about it, actually saying it out loud and thinking about it and processing through my thoughts, if nothing else than for myself. And maybe, somebody else is going through very similar things, and having somebody vocalize it might be, helpful, positive, I don't know. That's basically where I'm at right now. I just wanted to kind of share my thoughts and my emotions and my feelings. There's a lot of things kind of rumbling around in my brain right now. But yeah, hopefully in the next few weeks, months, you will, I will get a positive result and we will be pregnant and we can start that whole process, which I can't wait. In the meantime, I will continue to try my best to track and do what I can to facilitate, getting pregnant, and we'll take it from there. Thanks, guys.